Hi, I'm Tom May, the program director, and we're here at the Redondo Beach Pier on the upper level parking. And this building, we've been in this building almost 23 years serving cancer patients. And as you come in, you can see this is our lobby waiting area. We have a very large library that's, we donate to, or people donate books to us, and they're lent out kind of on the honor system, and people return them when they're finished with them. There's a lot of resources here, as well as in this front room, what we call it our front room, where we have groups, and we also have some office space. As you can see, we have some more resources here, and books, as well as books on the counter and shelves behind you. This is a typical group room, even though we have a desk here and office space. A typical group room in the sense that it's we try and be a home-like setting. We're not a clinic, we're not associated with any hospitals. And so when people come here, we really want them to feel comfortable and at ease. And so, as you know, that all our furniture and accoutrements are donated and casual and comfortable. So, and the groups are generally about the size between 8 and sometimes 12 or 14 people. So this would be a rather large group room for one of our spaces. I'll take you around the corner and show you the rest of some of the space. Several years ago, we received a very generous grant along with the other wellness communities in the county, and we began a process of creating Faces of Wellness. And the whole idea of Faces of Wellness was to, and this is a picture of Harold Benjamin and Harriet, who started the wellness community back in 1982, and now there are more than 40-some places, bricks and mortar places around the world. We started the Faces of Wellness with the idea that we wanted to show people in the community what people with cancer look like. So many times people have an impression that when you have cancer, you're on death's door and there's no hope. And we really find here that the message really is about hope and possibilities. We have a lot of resources we have available to people behind that door. Of course, we have even more resources along the walls. And these vary from the workshops that we're going to offer to national organizations that try and get out information to people affected by cancer. We have some office space here as well. Our little kitchenette, which we use for people's lunches, or sometimes when we have food events, we'll prepare food. Here's another group room, which is rather smaller. But again, some of our groups are small, 8, maybe 10 people. Again, casual, home-like setting. And then as we proceed towards the living room, we have Harold again. We have our Center of Excellence Award, where our wellness community was recognized as the #1 or best rated community in the country. We also have the founders of the wellness community. These 5 people made it happen in 1987, and they continue to be involved in our program and services. And behind us, we celebrated 20 years, and in the process of doing 20 years recognizing it, we put together a collage from 1987 all the way till 2007, a myriad of people who have made a difference. And then, of course, we're here at our living room, which is our final stop in the tour. It's a large group room where we offer services, lectures, exercise. Well, thank you very much for being with me and all of us on this tour. You can find us on the web at wellnessandcancer.org or 376-3550 here in the South Bay.
Judith, certainly as we watch Tom, your program director, walking around your center here, you just can't help but feel so at home. I mean, this really is a home-like setting.
It absolutely is, and that is the way every wellness community around the country feels. And that the purpose of that is a lot of patients do not really want to go back into the hospital setting. if they don't have to.
Okay, Judith, once again, we're going to take another break, and we're going to catch up with some more of the staff here. Raylene, who we were talking about, a cancer survivor, will talk to us about her journey, and also that fundraiser at Trump National. We're going to get all the details from the operation manager, Kristin, so let's hear from them now.
My name is Raylene Prout, and I'm the development director here at Wellness. My job is to write grants and help with fundraising so that we can get money in the door to keep our programs going. We are not funded by insurance, the government, or the American Cancer Society, so we need to raise our own funds from the community that we support.
You had mentioned you go to municipalities. You were just at Manhattan Beach. What do you tell these people when you go there in terms of why you need the funds and what they go for?
Well, actually, I tell people my cancer survivor story when I go. I give them the nuts and bolts of what we do, but I think what I bring to the table is a personal story of someone who actually went through the program. When you're diagnosed with cancer, you're faced with a lot of information and fear, obviously, and coming to Wellness is just you find a haven, a place where you can share your experience with other cancer survivors. And that is what I tell people, because I think that's way more powerful than statistics. I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer in July of 2008 at age 38. And as somebody who's been active my entire life, of course, it was a crushing blow, because you wonder what you did wrong. And what I would tell people is that, first of all, they're never going to know, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just, in my case, I have a genetic mutation that causes breast cancer. So I went through 15 months of treatment in total. I had a double mastectomy. I went through 6 rounds of chemotherapy and 6 weeks of daily radiation, and then reconstruction after that. So it was a long road.
And what got you through all this? I mean, how did you deal? How did your family handle it, your friends?
I have a very supportive family. I have great friends, but actually I really relied on my newfound family here at the wellness community. I started coming here to a breast cancer group, and then before I knew it, I was going to yoga, which I'd never done before. I was going to Pilates. You never know how helpful that kind of thing is until after you've had surgery and you need to reestablish mobility and strength. I will say that attitude makes so much difference. I've always been a positive person, and I sort of, I'm also very stubborn, so I refused to let this cancer thing get me down. I wanted to know everything that I could do to help myself, particularly when you're dealing with debilitating side effects from chemotherapy, for instance. You don't feel good, but, you have to just keep moving, and you have to find something to help you do that, and the wellness community does that. You can come here and either sit and talk in a group, or we have all kinds of exercise. So I took advantage of that during treatment, definitely. What I would like to say to anybody facing cancer is that you don't have to face cancer alone. It's a very isolating disease. People feel like they can't go outside, particularly when you've lost your hair from chemotherapy, for example. But this is such a welcoming place. You'll find lots of people here who are in the same predicament as you, and so I want to encourage people to at least get out into the community, but also to come here and check out some of the programs we have, because it's fantastic.